What's going on, everybody? It's Jason Torres, the blogging rapper. This video is custom made for Matthew. What's up, my man? How you doing? Now, there's other people that are going to be watching this video, so I hope you don't mind. But you sent me an email today, and today's May 30th, 2013. Finally, I know the date. And you asked for some advice, and I wanted to do it in video form. Simply because I feel it's easier and more personal when you can see me in video form as opposed to an email. So again, hope you don't mind. But anyway, I'm not going to read your email out loud to everybody that's watching this video simply because it's pretty lengthy. It's all good. I love getting these kind of emails. I really do enjoy getting emails that are longer than, "Hey, help me!" Or, "Can you please help me? I don't know what to do. I'm so tired and exhausted." I get a lot of those emails. But I'm glad that, you sent me something like this because it shows personality, it shows potential. So, big ups. Thank you for the email. So, Matt, I just wanted to talk to you about some of the key points that you brought out, and this should be able to help other people that are watching this as well. First of all, for anyone who doesn't know Matt, maybe you could relate. Matt tried Instant Payday Network and Empowered Network many months ago, and due to various situations, he was unable to continue, so he had to put it down. And he's right now he's trying to find a job, not having much luck thanks to our economy, and so he once again started looking into Instant Payday Network and Empowered Network. And so now he's trying to take advantage of Instant Payday Network's funnel system in order to draw people in, because as we know, Instant Payday Network is free, so anyone who turns down something that's free is not really, what I'm saying? But anyway, the issue is how to get your offer in front of people when you don't have any results to speak of. Now that's the issue. That's one of the key things in Matt's email is what do you talk about in your videos, what do you talk about in your your advertising, your emails and all that. If you don't have any results to speak of, he's wanting to do some videos, but he doesn't want to just say, "Join me, sign up today," without any legitimate evidence that this is something that'll work. Because if I say to you, "Hey, join me," how many people would say, "Okay"? Versus, if I showed you actual results, like if I held a wad of cash here and said, "Hey, y'all need to join me, man. Get this wad of cash just like I'm getting it." How many people would be like, "All right, let's do it"? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it's different. So, to answer the question, my man, and part two to this question is his concern. It was kind of more of a footnote, but he asked about, possibility about Instant Payday Network or Empowered Network being saturated. So I'm going to get into that as well. I even got myself a pen and a piece of paper to kind of explain what I'm talking about. So this video may be a little lengthy, but stay with me. I'm going to try to make this as entertaining as possible. All right. So here we go. What do you talk about in your videos? Well, first and foremost, I have earned it's about 11 months now, I've earned $15,000 from the internet from using both Instant Payday Network and Empowered Network. That's 10 grand with Instant Payday, 5 grand with Empowered Network. Obviously, you can see how awesome a free system like Instant Payday Network is, because I've made clearly twice as much there than I have with Empowered Network. Now, obviously, 11 months ago, I had no results to speak of, right? So how did I get from absolute zero to 15 grand in 11 months? What do I talk about to initiate that first sale? Well, one of the things that I wanted to draw out is cricket and deck. Okay, one of the things I wanted to draw out is something called leverage. Bing, leverage. And you've probably heard this before. What is leverage? Leverage is taking someone's story, taking someone's results, and using that as a foothold. Kind of like, being boosted up with the help of someone else. So you could do leverage by several different ways. Some people, there is a wrong way to do it, and that is taking someone's videos and just throwing it up on your own YouTube channel. That's wrong leverage. because, you know, the person uses, I've had that done to me. You know, I put effort and work into my videos, and a few people downloaded my videos and threw it up elsewhere. That's why for a time I had to use watermarks, you know, with the address saying this is where it belongs. But now, a good way to use leverage is by speaking. Okay, if you're doing videos, talk about, and to Matt and to everyone that's watching this, I'm just going to be real with you. Talk about me. Talk about me. You know me. You've traded emails with me. You have, you know, somewhat of a personal experience with me. So talk about me. You know, talk about David Wood. Talk about David Sharp. But, you know, and this is actually one of the things that's taught in Empower Network. Most people would be more believing of someone that's made significantly less than $1 million. So, I mean, you could talk about David Wood. Like, you know, I know this guy called David Wood, and he made 500 grand in a month, da 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 da. Most people will be like, yeah, right. He came from a van, and he's now got a nice home in Costa Rica. A lot of people will be like, yeah, it's a story. Not everybody would think that way, but some people will. Whereas if you talk about someone like me, or Jeff Buchanan, or John Rose, you know, all these guys, Chris Record, if you talk about them and say, you know, like for instance me, yeah, man, he couldn't find a job for 2 years, and him and his wife were struggling. They had negative balances in their bank account. They were on food stamps for a while. They're from Texas. Actually, this dude's from New York, moved to Texas, got married, couldn't find a job, and you know, he found this thing that I'm doing, and now he's made, you know, $15,000, you know, in 11 months. Now, 15 grand in 11 months doesn't seem like, wow, oopa doopa, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to an online opportunity that many people think is a scam, you know, they're more inclined to believe, hey, maybe this thing really does work. You know what I'm saying? And obviously it does. So leverage off of my success. You know, that's not stealing my story if I say, you know, leverage. That's how we get our foothold. That's how we get started. However, here's what's really important. Once you start earning your own results, and I mean from the very first conversion, if it's $20, if it's $25, then you got to start using your own story. I mean, you can still leverage off of other people every now and then, you know, if you want, but it's really, really, really important to use your own story as soon as you start seeing your results. Why? Because one, your results appear realistic to, you know, the average person's eyes. So even if you make only $25, celebrate like crazy. In fact, I'm gonna drop a link in the description here from my protege Shane John. When he first made his $25, I told him celebrate it on video. The dude went all out. Okay, he went crazy. He went psycho in his video, and you have to check that out. The link is in the description below. That's what I'm talking about. And this advice comes straight from Jeff Buchanan, the owner of Instant Network. When he first made his first $25, he ran all around. He bragged on it to his girlfriend. His girlfriend was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, $25, that doesn't seem like much. But let me tell you what that does. It validates in your mind that this thing really works when you make your very first $25. You know, you're you know, all that little doubt that you've been fighting all along, that's gone. You know what I'm saying? So your natural emotions are going to come out in the video once you get your results, okay? So don't think of it as, you know, people are going to see that I've only made $25. Why would they join underneath me when all I've made was $25? Don't think like that. Think like, the way you got to think of it is people, you know, want something that works, and they're tired of all the people who pitched them the idea that I've made $10,000 just by blinking and folding my hands and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? They want to hear real results, even if it's just that first $25. So your video then would be, I just made my first $25. Woo, yeah! Go crazy, and then say, you know, I want to show you how I did it. Click the link below. And that's it. So first, you leverage off of other people's success. And mind you, when you still are not making, you know, results and whatnot, there's other things you can do as well. If you look at my channel, you notice that a lot of my videos are just more teaching inspirational thoughts. You know what I'm saying? That's really what I'm doing right now. I'm not showing my results so much, and I'm still getting results, but I'm not showing those as much anymore. Right now I'm teaching. And these teachings that I'm putting in the videos are what I've learned from the 15K formula, from Costa Rica, from all this stuff in the Power Network, from Instant Payday, from stuff on the internet and books that I'm reading. And so I write my titles and the videos and all that based on what I'm learning and what I'm teaching you guys. And I still drop my referral link below for you guys to click on it and join underneath me. So as you learn from me, Matt, and everybody watching, if you're learning stuff from me, reteach it. Whatever you learn from me, reteach it in your own videos. That's another thing. So 1, leverage off of other people's stories. 2, reteach what you've learned from me and other people. So like Chris Record, all these guys, John Rose, whatever they teach, reteach it in your own videos. So those are 2 things that you can and should talk about on your YouTube channel. And then whenever you get results, go buck wild, go crazy, okay? Celebrate that $25 as if it was $1,000. I'm not even joking. Do it. All right? Okay, so now the second part of this video, the second part of this email is kind of like I said, the footnote. This is more of the, the saturated part. And I can't even find it in the email now. But he mentioned it, concerned about, Instant Payday Network or Empower Network being saturated. So I have a piece of paper and I have a pen. And I just dropped, I hope this isn't upside down. If it's upside down, I apologize. But I just dropped my phone. Anyway, so I have a pen and a piece of paper, and I want to show you the whole idea, the concept of something being saturated. Now, can Instant Payday Network and Empower Network be saturated? Let me explain to you what saturated means. And mind you, you're going to hear saturated, that word, come from people who are naysayers, people who don't believe in the system or the product. They're like, yeah, all of these referral things, all these MLMs, they come out, they're good, they get saturated, then they move on to something else. I mean, the leaders of Empower Network have left and gone to something else there's something else called level 1 marketing, I think. And they're like, yeah, all the leaders are going to there because Empower Network's saturated. Bull donkey. I mean, maybe they're also involved in level 1, but that doesn't mean that they've left Empower to go there. So let me explain to you what saturated means. All right. Now this is going to be a little hard and awkward, but just, walk with me here. All right. So now I'm going to show you a trapezoid. A what? A trapezoid. Okay. Why am I showing you a trapezoid? I'll explain to it right now. All right, so now you have 3 levels. This here trapezoid refers to traffic, okay, and the quality of the traffic. When you do paid advertising like I do, you'll know something called quality of leads or quality of traffic, and this is what I'm trying to explain to you guys. So first you got the first level, then you got the second level, and then the third level, okay? So now, this first level here, when they talk about saturated, people are referring to this level of traffic. This level of traffic here are the people that are avidly looking for an online opportunity, how to make money online, how to make money from home. These guys are the ones looking every single day, And the second level are people that are looking but not as avidly as the first group. They're looking maybe once a week. They're interested but not as interested. And then the third level is probably the hardest level of traffic to reach because, they're interested. Yeah, they are looking every so often, but they're not as avid as the second or first group. Okay? So when you think of saturated, what that really means is that this level has already been spoken of for the most part. Okay? This is the easy traffic. Now, how do you get this top level? Mind you, I wanted just to explain that I taught myself this. This is, I've constructed this trapezoid. I've never seen this before. This is based on my experience through paid traffic, through free traffic, and just kind of culminating it into this diagram. So pay attention. All right. So, how do people get this first level of traffic? Well, obviously, let me see if I could. Okay. So paid traffic is the main way that people can get this level of traffic. These are the high quality, high converting leads. Now, how do they get this? They get this through paid traffic. They get this because people are in specific email lists, and that's why solo ads is important, because solo ads target email lists. CPC, so you see that in like Facebook, Bing, Google, YouTube, you name it, all the places. So like if you see, like in Google, you see the little section on the side or top and bottom that is colored differently than the other search results. Those are paid ads, so they get seen a lot more than if you're using a free method like YouTube or Craigslist. Now you can have CPC, which is cost per click paid advertising on YouTube, Facebook, Bing, Google, and all that good stuff. So these methods are the ones that get seen first. And I'll just write solo ads here. All right, these are the ones that get seen first because people are paying for this to get out there. So obviously, you get what you pay for. Obviously, you're gonna get the higher converting leads through paid advertising than you would through free. Now, you can get in this area through free methods. I know I did, but it's not as common as getting the second or third. So paid advertising usually grabs this level here. So when people say is something saturated, what they mean is, all this paid advertising is going to this area here. So now that all this is spoken for, so now, you don't have as many ready and willing people to do this. Now let me explain why. Let me explain the difference between the top level and the last two. I need to catch my breath. I've been talking for 16 minutes now. Okay, we're good? Cool. All right, now the difference between the first level and the other two, obviously the first level is looking for, something avidly. They find it through paid ads. At first, you're going to do free. You're going to do YouTube, you're going to do Craigslist, IBO Toolbox, whatever you can to get your ad out there to start earning some money. Then you can do paid advertising later on, right? Now, how is this possible if the first level is already spoken for? And I'll explain that right now. What's important is what's called the autoresponder. You may have heard that before. The autoresponder is an email system like Aweber or GetResponse or something like that, or GVO. An autoresponder is an email system that sends emails, specific emails about your offer, Empower Network, Rents and Payday Network, to whoever signs up underneath you but doesn't do the offers, to convert into money. Okay? So that's why it's important to have an autoresponder. If you don't have money for an autoresponder, then you're gonna have to email your leads just about every day. So that's difficult. I'd rather just spend $10-20 for an autoresponder and then do that. So anyway, the reason why an autoresponder is important is because statistically, based on Empower Network, what they teach and everything, and what I've heard elsewhere, it takes a person about 7 times to see your ad before they decide to join. Now, obviously in the first level of this trapezoid, it doesn't take them 7 times to see it. They want something and then they'll join right away. The second 2 levels, however, they need a little more convincing. Okay? So an autoresponder is what it's going to take. And not in all cases. I mean, you can go without an autoresponder, but it's going to be harder. But an autoresponder is specifically made for these 2 levels here. Okay? Now, let's say this whole section here has already heard of Empower Network. This whole section here has already heard of Empower Network or Instant Payday. Then you have this level here, and let's just say everybody has heard of it. All right. Now, let me show you what happens here. First, this level goes first because the paid advertising reaches these people faster. So let's say this one is gone, and it takes longer to deplete this one and this one. But what happens when people from this level hear about your offer 7 times? They move from casually, looking for an offer to up here where they are now They want to sign up. They want to know more about online marketing. Okay, so they move up, and through the process of your autoresponder and reaching out to them several times. Now down here, same thing happens. They move from sort of wanting to know about it, they're interested but they don't really care, to they're looking a little more now. They're looking at this a little more closely. So now they move up a level. So now you have the first two levels filled up again. So where you thought was saturated, now they've been replenished. And now what happens to the third level? Well, let's look at it this way. 5 months ago, excuse me, running out of battery here. 5 months ago, so-and-so, Johnny Smith, Jenny McCarthy, whatever, they were 17 years old, okay? Fast forward to now, they're 18 years old. They're graduating high school, wanting to go to college, and they wanted to get a job. Sure, they could get a job at McDonald's or whatever, but let's just say they're not able to or just not interested in that. They're going to look online for how to make money on the internet. So the whole idea about saturated and whatnot, it really doesn't relate, because several months ago you have an entire population of people who are too young to work on the internet or whatever, and then now you have those same people, they just had a birthday or whatever, and now they're legal age. Maybe they were 18 and then, or 19, maybe they were 20 and now they're 21. Now they're really, you got people of all different walks of life. So this third level is always being replenished by people who are just hitting 18, people who are just getting serious. Like if you're like me, I'm 29, gonna be 30 soon. If you're just getting serious about making money because you got bills to pay and all that, well, maybe you've never heard of it before. And you got people who are, not PC savvy, who have just recently, even now in 2013, just now purchased a computer. Just now decided to hook up their computer on the internet. And so, many of them want to make money online, and, they replenish the third level here. So what have I just shown you? You got people going into level 3, got people going to level 2, people going to level 1, and they leave that level once paid advertising gets their attention. So really what you got here is not just a trapezoid, but a retarded looking circle, because I can't draw a good circle. See that? I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, that right there. So what you got here is something that replenishes itself. So the concept of something being saturated is only going to come from the gossipers, from the naysayers, from those that believe anything is a scam, those that plant negative thoughts in your mind and say, you can't make it work, it's not going to work. You got a lot of people that will say, yeah, I've tried Instant Payday Network or Power Network, yeah, I had a bad sponsor or whatever, or yeah, I tried it and it just didn't work, it's a scam. Okay, the ones that claim that something's a scam are the ones that haven't really gone through it all. Now, are there legitimate scams out there? Of course, but I'm telling you from my own experience, this is not a scam. So if it works for me, there's no reason why it shouldn't work for you. The only problem is you haven't found the area in which you can succeed in yet. It works, but you just haven't found that area yet. So what I'm showing you here is to clear your mind of the whole saturated thing. There's never going to be any saturation, okay? Really what Empower Network is simply a tool, okay? That's all it is. The tool to teach you how to market to people. Now, you can market anything. You can market, let's say if you're an artist, you can market your artwork. Empower Network teaches you how to market that. You can market just about anything. But if you wanted to make money, you point them to Empower Network or Instant Payday Network, whatever. So as far as the saturating thing goes, it doesn't exist. I mean, it's also to keep in mind is that Empower Network and Instant Payday Network have both been around for about maybe 2-3 years. Now, do you think the entire world has heard about Empower Network in 2 or 3 years? Highly doubtful. So even if by some weird twisted thing that I'm wrong, it's still going to take plenty of time, because other programs out there like, well, first of all, Mary Kay, how long has that been around? Visalis. There's another one I can't think of right now. Amway, that's been around for 5-6 years now. Okay, Mary Kay's been around for maybe 10 years, probably. So either way, these are also MLM programs. So has the whole world heard of Mary Kay? Probably, but let me explain one more thing. And this is to Matt and anyone else that has gone through this. Matt, you used to, you were a part of Instant Payday and Empower Network, right? Several months ago. But then you let it down for a while. Now you're interested again. Let me explain to you that several people will also do the exact same thing. So you got people that have given up, maybe they had a bad sponsor, and then they'll hear about it again, probably from you, and then join up underneath you. I've had that myself. People say, yeah, I didn't like my sponsor, but you seem really good. You seem legit. So then they sign up underneath me. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good big possibility too. Even people who have heard of Empower Network, even people who have heard of Instant Payday and tried it and failed, they'll come back. Not everyone, but I mean, there's a lot of people that will come back. So the whole saturated thing doesn't exist, because even those who have heard of it, who have been saturated by it, will still come back. Not everyone again, but a lot of people will. I mean, you're living proof of that, Matt. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I hope that clears the air, and I think that pretty much sums up everything that was spoken about in your email. Yeah, I want to make some video. Yeah, man. So that's the deal, man, and that's it in a nutshell. So that's what you can talk about. Reteach everything that I'm teaching you. Leverage off of other people's stories. Don't just talk about me. Talk about other people. I mean, I'm okay with you talking about me, but talk about other people too. Just get involved in the the industry. Get involved and see who's successful. Shakir Hussein, Chris Record, Mike Hobbs, John Rose, Jeff Buchanan. These are all names of people that I've looked up, people that I've followed up with, and as you can see, it's more than one, more than just my sponsor. My sponsor is Jeff Buchanan. So more than just them. You know what I'm saying? So follow up, get involved, and learn about these people, and follow what they're doing, because success follows. Sorry about that. My camera gave out because I ran out of space on my phone. So, excuse me. So anyway, that's the deal, and I just wanted to end it off and tell you, Matt, and anybody else that's watching this, that that's the thing to do. Leverage off of other people's stories and talk about other people as well, and then boast about your own success as soon as you get that first $25, and then realize that as far as saturation goes, it really is not a problem, as long as you put your heart and your mind into this and just be all about it. You know what I'm saying? Give it your best, and you'll see that it's going to work out for you. So for anybody that's passing by, that found this video on a whim, that is not involved with Instant Payday Network or Empower Network, my link is below, the very first link on the description there. Click it and join up and hit me back with an email or text, or email or a comment as soon as you're in. So it's Jason Torres, the blog and rapper. Much love. God bless. Peace.